I wanted to post one more video today about how to embed media because I feel like some of the content is getting more interesting. We just talked about how to create tables, and that's something very new because that's not just plain content. That's something that you show here in a visual manner. Also, this topic really interested me about embedding media and all that. So we'll start with embedding some images, then we'll learn how to embed audios and then a video, right? So for instance, if I go to images today and I want to put in an image on the website, you need to use something called a img tag, right? So we'll do that. So let's go to our code again. We are going to this is the table div, so we are going to create some embeds. So I'll put in a comment embeds, and we are going to say div class equals embeds and id equals image, right? So we'll create this div and now within this I'm going to define an img tag, and for any image you need to give a source, right? So let's say I put in a src attribute and we want a image. Let's say we want a rabbit image, right? And I think the first result is really cute, so I'll take the link address and I'll just put it here, right? So that in itself should ideally show you a rabbit, but it's not showing. Why is that? So I'm just going to read again. So it says let's say if I close this and then try to reload, yeah, the image is still not showing. We'll try another image and see if it works. We'll take this, copy link, actually copy image address. Did I copy the image address last time? Copy image address, and I'm going to put this again and see. Oh yeah, so this is the image address. Be sure that you are copying the right link, not the link address but the image address. So oh, it's a really big photo that I can't see, right? So obviously there should be a solution to it, right? So if we look at the documents, there is a width and height attribute that clearly says you can define what the width should be. So we'll do that. Let's say width is equal to 1000 and height is equal to 1000, right? So if I go here and I reload, yeah, it's still a big photo but decent, but it's a little bit flattened. Is there a way to define ratios? So I think from the height it's a bit flat. So let's say width is equal to 500 and height is equal to 700, and let's try that. Yeah, this is still a better photo, right? So we are saying that the image should be 500, width should be 500 and the height should be of 700, right? What else can we do? You can put a title like this and an alt. So what are these alt and titles, right? So if I go to alternative text, it says alt, its value is supposed to be a textual description of the image for use in situation where the image cannot be displayed or takes a long time to render. So for instance, if I put a alt attribute here and say rabbit image, and I break the link here just by adding, instead of 8 I write 7, so the link should break. It didn't. because I didn't save it. It's still working. Because I'm changing the wrong attribute. Let's say instead of photo I say photo, and the link breaks, but the alt text still appears, right? The alt text still appears here as rabbit image. I'll correct the photo again, and now we'll give it a title: image of an adorable rabbit, right? Now what happens is, if I save it and the image loads and I hover on it, you can see that image of an adorable rabbit appears here, like the text appears here, right? So we learned about how to load images. Now let's go and learn how to add audio. Right, we'll put div class embeds again, and we'll give it a id equals audio, right? And in the audio section, how do you add audios? So we'll go to audio and we'll learn about the audio embed element. I'll just close these tabs, right? So the audio element uses this tag, so it's called a audio tag, so we'll use the audio. And similarly to image, we'll put audio src. Is it a self-closing tag? No, you can put something between audio and slash audio, but I think we don't need to because we just need a player, right? So in the src we are going to add some audio, right? Let's say I want some audio links. I'll go to online's audio sound links, and yeah, this sounds peaceful. So if I go here, I get the link of this, so I'll copy this link and I'll put this link inside here, right? What if I put some text here, audio? What happens then? We'll see that as well. So nothing appears. I saved the whole thing, but it doesn't appear. Is there something else that I need to add? Yeah, you need to add controls. It's like a declaration that we need controls to see this. So we'll go there, and yeah, now this appears. If I play it, yeah, I can hear the music, but the text doesn't appear, so I am assuming we don't need to put this text here. Okay, right? Then we see that okay, now that we have done audio, can we add a video, right? So how do you add videos, right? In order to add videos, you need to create a video tag. Again, you need to mention controls, you need to mention a width, and you need to give it a source, right? And I think that's it. So we can try this. We'll do this. We'll give it a div class equals embeds, id is equal to video, and we'll give it a video tag, declare the controls. We need the width. We'll give the width of same as the image, let's say 500, and within the video tags we need to mention the source, right? So let's say source src, and this is a self-closing tag. So I'm going to add some video links, let's say free video links, right? Okay. We need a rabbit, we'll take this video. I can copy the video link. I'll put this video link here, and we will see if there is anything else. Oh yeah, we can declare the type, but without the type does it load? So now under the audio, yeah, we see the video as well. We can play it, but the width is quite long. Can we adjust the height? Height is equals 250, and I'm gonna save it, and hopefully it will work. Yeah, so with the width and the height, now I can play the video. Yeah, we can see the rabbit video as well. So we have defined that. Now what else? We need to know how to publish iframes. So what are iframes? Iframes are basically, how to embed another HTML document within the within your page itself, right? So let's say we create another page, rabbit.html, right? And we'll just give it our entire, no, we'll just put another video inside here, right, just for the sake of it. So we'll go to our second page, and within this we'll create a video controls. Did I miss something? No, let's say we say width is equal to 500, height is equal to 250, and within that we say source src equals this link, and we just close it, right? And within our main HTML we'll say div class equals embeds id equals iframe. And now we go to our iframe tag. So if we go to MDN docs, we see that in order to do an iframe, we need to say iframe, we can give it an ID, frame example, and we need to give a, let's say we call an iframe, and we title as our rabbit iframe, and we give it a width. Again, let's say we give it a width of 800 and height of 400, just to maintain the difference, and close the iframe tag. And within the iframe we need to give a src as well, src. But since we are not going for an online link, we are going for an offline link, and these files are under the same folder, so I can just say rabbit.html, right? So this iframe should show the content of rabbit.html, right? So I've saved both the files. I'll go to Cool Rabbits and we'll scroll down. Yeah, so this comes inside a new iframe. As you can see, there's a border because it's a separate page, right? And you can see this content. Anyway, we don't need this, but use case is, let's say, we are, I'll just pause this. The use case is, let's say we are going to YouTube and we share something. In the embed, you see the iframe tag. You can kind of copy this and you can put this here, and then what happens is, if you reload, you will see like error 153 because of some policy. Most likely YouTube videos are not embeddable like that, We'll just remove this and see if this works. No. What is error 153 on YouTube iframe? YouTube on an embedded iframe typically indicates an issue with the referrer policy of the web page where the video is embedded on YouTube, especially when using the iframe API requires a valid HTTP referrer, right? Solutions: iframe referrer policy strict origin when cross origin. What was it before? It was correct. Uh, let's say in local. In local means basically within your computer, not on a, since our file is running locally, it's not going to any other website, right? Say this should run, but it's not. What if I just say like, allow all? When you have to allow all, you kind of put star here, right? So should fix it. Yeah, still an issue, but if I click on this, it will take me to the video. We are going to discuss. So I guess iframes will work on live applications for YouTube at least, but yeah, you get the general idea that what you can do with iframes. It kind of pastes your existing HTML into another HTML, right? But yeah, now we have added images, we have added videos, we have added audios. But yeah, where did I get this knowledge about a referrer policy is something called CSP. So content security policy. So what it basically says that it's a protection policy that if you want to add some content onto your HTML, you kind of define where these assets are coming from, right? You can tell the HTML that if this particular thing is from XYZ source, you need to block it. You should not be showing it. So imagine, for example, you have ideally a form in which you are asking people to upload documents. Now if somebody starts uploading random files which which have malicious code or bad code, then that can lead to an attack, which is what you want to prevent. That is where a CSP policy comes in. So if you want to read about CSP policy, you can go to MDN docs and just search for content security policy, and you can kind of get an idea about how you to block them. Right now I'm not going into it because I think it is more related to topics when we start creating the full logic of a website. Now when we start working with style sheets, when we start working with JavaScript and all of that, so that the website is fully functional. So I'll avoid this topic for now, and hopefully later on we'll get a better understanding of this, and see you in the next video. I think in the next video we'll talk about how to create forms, which will also be interesting, because I think forms are very dynamic and you need to kind of know where to use checkboxes or radio buttons and all of that. So that will be interesting.